So, good evening, as Unai Emery used to say. Good evening. As you can see, I've got a guest on tonight. Helen, welcome to the show. First time on the show as well.
Yeah,
really looking forward to how this goes. Like yeah, do you know what? The last time I see you was, what, a year or so ago? Probably longer, 18 months? It was at a game. I can't remember what game it was, but it was a night game. It was ages ago. But anybody who doesn't know who Helen is, she goes on AFTV every now and again, does the odd fan cam here and there, mainly the European away trips. You do the fan cams, didn't you?
Yeah.
And player ratings every now and again. But she has got one of the greatest season ticket seats in the ground. It is literally right behind the bench.
It is mad. The bench. No, it's not behind the bench.
No, it's right next to the players. Sorry,
it's next to the bench. It's not behind the bench.
It's right next to it, but you can see the whole bench. You can hear what they're saying. You can see all the players sat there. Talk to them if you want to. You have to behave when you sit there, though. That's the problem, isn't it?
No, I'm sure the players knows that.
You can't be screaming Wenger out to Wenger while he can hear.
Do you know what? There was a lot of that, which was really uncomfortable at times. I remember one game, someone was really loud and was vocal in the middle of the game and said to Wenger, like, out and was shouting like the horrible stuff they used to shout right there. He actually turned around and laughed at him. That was
no way.
We all heard it, and obviously you're next to him, and he turned around and he kind of just looked at it, just laughed.
Wow, that's mad. Your seat is
here, everything.
Yeah, your seat is quite. No, our players definitely here. Like definitely, even where I used to stand in the North Bank lower.
Where did you? Yeah, you North Bank.
Block 10. Block 10. Yeah, but probably 6 rows behind. It depends. Sometimes I was block 9, but mostly block 10. Yeah. But they could hear you. I remember, like, this is kind of sad. I've said this before on here. I remember when we had this conversation earlier. Do you remember when we played Man City at home after we just lost the League Cup final and there was hardly anybody at the ground? It was snowing. Remember?
Oh my God, yeah.
Alex Iwobi went off injured and he got racially abused by somebody a few rows behind us. Oh, wow. Yeah, but he had to walk all the way around because he went off on the far side.
Oh, right, okay.
He had to walk all the way around the North Bank lower with the physio. The guy, there was 2 or 3 guys racially abusing him, and bear in mind they're probably row 20 or whatever.
Were they Arsenal fans?
Yeah, he heard them, and like you're that close to him, but he was quite a way away, and he heard them. You know what it's like at away games as well. They hear stuff. They definitely hear it, and that's why like a lot of people get on my case because of some of my views on the club and the players and stuff like that. But every time I'm at a game, that's when I back everyone, whether I rate them or not. You're at the game. That's when they need backing because you want to try and help them in the game.
Yeah.
Before and after, like shows like this and AFTV and like Twitter and Insta, whatever, I was thinking like, as long as you keep it not actually actively abusing them and tagging them, like because Granit Xhaka and all of that, you know, with the abuse that even before he told.
I mean, I was right there. I heard that. I saw his reaction to that. It was.
Oh yeah, you was at the game, weren't you?
Yeah, I was at the game. It was horrible. In hindsight, I totally understand his reaction as well, because the crowd was getting on his case game after game. It wasn't just like a one-off reaction from that particular game. I was angry by his behaviour as a fan because I thought it was disrespectful the way he reacted to the fans. But he's human. You can't always be professional, unfortunately. So. Yeah.
Do you know what? With Granit Xhaka, right? It was weird that because we obviously watching it on TV didn't realise what was going on. We've just seen him walking off the pitch and telling everyone to jog on.
He blatantly told.
Yeah, but we're just sitting there thinking like, what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
He then didn't come out and give a statement until like I think or an apology. Until about 6 days later, when he said that it was because he gets abuse on social media, and then obviously the fans then kicked off and he booed. For me, he's lucky he still plays at this football club, right? Because telling fans to do that, regardless of the abuse, and I compare him to everyone's different. Listen, I snap on people every now and again. I get a lot of dickheads like run their mouth to me, and sometimes you do snap, But I just look at like everyone's different. With Mustafi probably gets just about the same amount of stick, and he kept his mouth shut all last season. And I think Mustafi played very well last season. He was one of our better players.
He's improving, yeah.
I
He's
still
had
wouldn't
better
keep him.
performances, yeah.
But talking of
I
players,
think they've got different characters though, them two, because I see like Mustafi's like very bubbly.
he's a bit of a joker, isn't he?
He's very he interacts with the crowd. Xhaka, to be fair, is always playing, so he hasn't got the time to, you know, get in there. But yeah, who's this?
This is my missus, right? She's upstairs.
Oh.
She goes, was Freddie as pretty close up as he is? My missus loves Freddie Lundberg.
Pretty. Freddie was my favourite when he had red hair from back then.
Mate, seriously, she pervs.
Freddie, yeah.
She pervs. So that's why she supports Arsenal, because she fancied Freddie Lundberg.
Oh my God, right.
Yeah.
Tell your girlfriend, is she on Instagram?
Yeah. I'll get her to follow you.
If you want to see what Freddie looks like close up, show her my Instagram. I've got a picture with Freddie from when we were in LA. I've got like a selfie, me and the kids with him, so you can see how good he looks now. Still,
to be fair, he's a good-looking lad for his age, isn't he?
Very good looking, and he's aged quite nicely. Like he don't look too bad.
He's the only person I know that's got bluer eyes than me as well.
Yeah, no, I like Freddie's lovely, and he's nice. Like most of the players are nice. When you obviously, I've grown up as a fan from pre the decline of Arsenal. So I grew up going from a kid as a junior gunner to Arsenal. The days where you knew people, they would let you in. You know, there was a guy called Paddy that used to work at Arsenal, like behind the scenes, used to run a lot of the local football teams, like for kids. So a lot of the Arsenal Islam people will know him. And they used to look after us. So I've grown up talking to Tony Adams in the likes of them teams and them players pre-social media. They would always interact. Lee Dixon, Ian Wright, all of them. Like all of, you know, that was my era when we were.
Yeah, Kevin Campbell, Paul Davis and all them ones there.
Yeah, Paul Davis, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? It's funny. I see Paul Davis. We played, I think it was, who was it? Red Star Belgrade, I think it was. And we come out the ground. Obviously, it was the Europa League evening kickoff. Come out the ground. Yeah. And as I'm walking towards the Bergkamp statue, I see this guy walking towards me, just come out of one of the entrances. And I was like, Paul Davis. He looked at me. I went, you're a legend, bruv. But nobody had a clue who he was. Yeah, and I'm standing there like, oh my God.
I met him in the stands at an AC Milan Arsenal years ago. We were playing away. The one when Flamini scored. I think we won about it was years ago. 4-0, 4-1. Fabregas in the team when Fabregas was playing still. Long ago. And they were all in the stand next to us. Him, Michael Thomas. There was like and no one knew who they were. And I was like, I know these faces. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, wow. And, you know, they're like us. They're no different.
That's the thing. At the end of the day, they're normal people, but they've just got a high profile and a big bank balance. Right. And they still see abuse and get upset with it every now and again and snap, which is why I kind of understand what Xhaka did that time. Yeah. But at the same time, like, until you're in, when you've got 60,000 or 50,000 people all booing and jeering you off the pitch, it must be hard. Yeah. But at the same time, like, he did an interview, he put a statement out about 5 days later saying it was because of the abuse he gets online. Right. So I was thinking, well, okay, well, that's fair enough. But the people that are abusing you online ain't the 55,000 in the ground, mate, that have paid to come see you. Yeah. And they're the ones that got it. It weren't the ones that are abusing you that probably never go to games or can't go to games to where they live or whatever. But then he did an interview on, I think he went to international duty, and he did an interview for some German channel. And he said, if it was the same scenario, we'd do it again. I was like, are you taking the mick? I was like, you've just come out with some half-assed apology anyway. But now 3 days after that half-assed apology, you're not saying you do it again. Which is why I was like, nah, he is lucky he plays for this football club. But I'm not having it with him. Not having it.
How you interpret the comments, and it, you know what the media are like, and
let's move on to
how did he answer it?
Well, yeah, I'm not German, so I can't. But let's move on to another German. Let's move. Let's move on to the top boy, Mesut Ozil.
The hot topic.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you see the other day, but his agent came out. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and basically just really went for Mikel Arteta. Yeah. No, I haven't seen it. Tell me. Yeah. No. It's I can't remember the exact direct quote, but it was something along the lines of Mikel Arteta in his last year for Arsenal as a player was hardly ever there because he was doing his coaching badges. Yeah, never played a game for Arsenal in his last season and was more interested in coaching. He then went on to say maybe Mikel Arteta should come out or something with the honest truth about the situation, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, right, because Arteta did his press conference before the game the other night and said that it was his decision that he's dropped him, etc., etc.
Football. Yeah.
And then Ozil sat on Twitter all evening while the game's on, just non-stop tweeting all the way through the game.
Oh, wow.
Like relentless, saying, what's the score going to be?
He's been active this week on his...
100%. He's been more active this week than he's probably been for a month. Yeah, like 5, 6, 7 times in the first half he tweeted. Yeah, he never tweets that many times in a month normally. Yeah, and then his agent came out yesterday or the day before and then said that as well. It was yesterday, and then said that as well. So I'm thinking, because a lot of people are saying it's because of his comments about China, which he said before Arteta got the job.
That was a long, long time ago.
Yeah, that was November. And he got the job, Arteta, in December. Yeah, then...
it was ages ago.
Yeah, then he played him for, I think, 10 games straight in the league. And then obviously we had lockdown. And then the whole pay cut. Did he take one? Didn't he take one? Everyone says he didn't. Yeah, everyone says he didn't take one. Yeah. So then it was like, okay, so is he being dropped for the pay cut? Is he being dropped for China because it's got a longer term effect?
Can I just remind you?
Go on.
He's not the only player that didn't take a pay cut.
No, there's 3.
Yeah. So we ain't had 3 being treated like this, so we can't believe it's just to do with the pay. It's definitely not just the pay cut.
No. See, the thing with the China comments, like, listen, I don't know the whole ins and outs of what's going on over there. He's obviously come out and said something about it. The club banned our game, which was ironically Man City, which was the game that got cancelled before lockdown.
That was COVID.
Yeah, and then we're sponsored by Pro Evo Football, Pro Evo Soccer, the game, but we've got an Arsenal edition that we sell in China. They banned it, right? But then since then, he's played, but then maybe there's been a knock-on effect since then. So a lot of people are putting that as the reason. Other people are saying it's because of that and then maybe not taking a pay cut.
Yeah, I mean, we can all speculate everything because it's Chinese whisper, isn't it? Like, you hear loads of stories from everywhere. Until the club actually decide to address it or finalise it, or whichever way they're going to go, it's going to get quite nasty because Ozil's now coming out with it. Where he's kept quiet, he's not prepared to do that now. If his agent's coming out saying things, he's getting more active on whatever platforms he's choosing to interact and put his side of his feelings across. You know, I just don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's fair on Ozil as a player. You know, we've chosen to sign him as a club. We've chose to employ him and give him the stupid contract we gave him. Yeah. So the club need to take ownership of that. You can't just blame the player. You can't. Like, you would take his salary all day long and laugh.
Oh, 100%.
So
100%.
in this, I'm going to back Ozil because the club.
Let me stop you there real quick. Huh? Let me stop you there real quick. Yeah. Would you play him? Do you think he's still got, like, if it was you as manager, would you still have him in the squads and play him? Not every week maybe, but would you still play him?
Do you know what? From a business point of view, yeah, if I'm the manager or an owner of any business, I'm not going to pay someone to do nothing. That's like, how stupid would you be? So I do feel Arteta is not playing him probably because he can't get in the team. He hasn't got the legs to run. I know he's a luxury player and he always was for us, yeah? We haven't had great players around Ozil, unfortunately, in the time he's been at Arsenal. Yeah, we've always lacked players in areas, which is why we are where we are. So now they're rebuilding. We've lost a lot of players that maybe, like when he had Santi Cazorla in the middle.
He looked miles better with Cazorla, yeah.
Yeah, so we haven't got those kind of players.
I think that's because Cazorla used to do a lot of his running for him. Because the thing is, the thing for me, right, is I look at it and I think, like, you're right what you said about business and you're paying someone and blah, blah, blah. I get that.
I wouldn't keep him involved. I wouldn't pick him if he ain't going to benefit my side.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I believe football's gone beyond the legs of a lot of players. The new style that's come in, playing out from the back, it's eliminated a whole load of players that can't keep up. You need youth in your side right now. They need to be fit and they need to be able to run. And
exactly, they're not.
Ozil can't do that.
It's not like like the technical players. So I see, like, so many people have said, like, football now, and this is true. I think football now is not about being the most technically good or gifted. It's about being the best athlete. Yeah. If you look at Liverpool, most of their players are big, strong guys. They're quick, and it's about fitting somebody into a position.
You've got to be fast.
If you look at Trent Arnold at Liverpool, he's not the best right back, but he's quick and he can cross a ball. Yeah, he can't defend very great, but he can cross the ball.
When you're playing in a team that good, yeah, it was a bit like Wenger back in the day. When you're playing such good football, your defence don't have to be the best. I know we did have the best defence though when we were at our best, but you can't do that now. Everyone is quite good. All teams throughout they're all good. Who's really, look at West Ham. West Ham wouldn't have been. They've got a good squad. Like, who's a bad team?
Even Leeds. Look at Leeds last night. 3-0 away to Villa. They scored more goals against Villa last night than Villa conceded all season. You just brought up Wenger. Right? My missus, she loved Wenger. I don't know how we get on.
I still
she said, "What's your thoughts on Wenger? What do you think of Wenger?"
I love Wenger. He was the man I'd most like to have gone to dinner with, you know, like, because it would have been such a good conversation for years. People say to me, who would you go out for dinner with? I'd want Wenger. It wouldn't be none of the players. I'd rather go to dinner with Wenger. You can have a business conversation. You can talk on different levels, not just football.
Let me ask you this, right? If you was to go to dinner with Wenger and you could ask him 3 questions, anything, what would you ask him?
Oh God, I don't even know now.
One of them has to be, why did you give Ozil $350 a week?
Oh man, nah. It'll be questions even pre-signing Ozil. It'll be, why did you not sign Ibrahimovic? Like, what was that about? There's so many.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
There's a lot.
Why did you bid £1 more for Suarez than he was?
Yeah, Suarez. I mean, I'll be like, what was the thinking behind that? Like, what was that?
It's mad. It's crazy. No, my missus really loves him, like properly loves him.
I do. I've had the privilege of meeting him as well, and I think he's lovely.
See, I've met him twice, right?
Yeah.
Stamford Bridge. I think it was his last season. Yeah, it was his last season. And I was with troops, funny enough. And you know, Stamford Bridge is a weird football ground, isn't it? Because it's literally on the main road.
Bridge. You're right. Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's literally on the main road, isn't it?
You're right.
Fabregas literally walked out the ground and went in his house across the road. We're like, that's Fabregas.
You've got like the flats on one side.
It's crazy. But yeah, I see him outside there. And I told him then, because that's when I was like, I've had enough of this geezer. You've got to go. And when they come out, the coach was sat waiting. There's loads of people around, but you're literally like 20 yards, 40 yards from the main road. Yeah. So I went, listen, you need to leave, bro. Yeah? Like, Wenger out today. Yeah. And he stopped signing the autographs and got on the bus. I see him again. I think we played Belgrade. I think it might have been. It was a European night. Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was Belgrade. And Ty was talking to him. You know, he used to stop and talk to Ty all the time, didn't he?
I love Ty. Yeah,
Ty's sound. I love him.
I love him. He's one of the right. So it's really funny talking about Ty, but it's weird. So I might as well just give my little background. I didn't really watch AFTV. I didn't really know anything about AFTV until all my Tottenham friends used to cuss it and be like, "Oh my God, Helen." Like always, you know, like proper cussing AFTV. And they're like, "Oh, there's this Moni, Claude, blah, blah, blah." They love Claude. And they loved Ty. They just loved them. And I was like, who are these people? Like, I didn't even know anything. I had to go, Emirates, I'm bothered. I'm not sitting there. Like, I didn't even notice. I didn't even know where they did it. Nothing. I only met everyone, you lot, when I met you, all that same day. And away.
Yeah, I remember that. That was what, 4 years ago, 3.5, 4 years?
Sorry?
That was about 3.5, 4 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's the only time I ever kind of knew anything about it. And I was chatting, because I'd heard such negativity I'm from London. I'm a Londoner. We're born and bred Arsenal. So when I hear comments about AFT from Arsenal fans, it's always been a little bit kind of not great. So I found myself defending you lot, not even knowing anything about AFTV. Like, I didn't even know.
Do you know what? You obviously know Robbie. I know Robbie. And Tao as well. Both of them.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah,
fair play to both of them. People get it misunderstood and they get it twisted a lot of time. I understand why a lot of people don't like it. Don't get that twisted.
They haven't watched it. They haven't watched it half.
They see little clips of it circulating and that's it. Yeah. But I do understand why certain people don't like it. But at the same time, you went on there. Yeah.
But I found myself gravitating because of defending it initially and being a bit inquisitive, because I don't like to judge. I like to get to, if there's a problem, I want to find the solution, or I want to understand it. So I wanted to understand why our fan base was so divided. Obviously, anyway, they want to talk about Leicester, innit? You want to talk about
No, we're going to that in a bit. No, do you know what it is? There's our fan base has been divided because of the whole Wenger in Wenger out thing.
Because of that. No, I know. Yeah.
And then obviously,
and I was arguing with you all about that, weren't I? Because I'm Wenger.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, why are you picking on him?
So that's how I met you all, arguing with you all.
I was like, who's this random woman coming up to me saying, why are you picking on Wenger? I was like, what have I done?
Yeah. So at least your audience know how we met.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
And then,
do you know what?
Then, the other thing, because I didn't watch, I still sometimes watch it, but I don't really watch it a lot.
Yeah,
so
same.
I only knew more because after I met you all, then obviously I was following, we were following each other, me, Troops, and some of us, whatever, we got to know each other. And then I didn't watch their shows though. So Troops was doing a show with Robbie. I think it must have been the Bias show. And he starts randomly talking about me in the show. And one of my cousins and my family that live in Birmingham, and they're all Arsenal fans, he saw it and he's messaging me and he was like, they're talking about you on Arsenal Fan TV. And he sent me the link, and then I watched it from his WhatsApp message, the bit about Troops. And then I started watching it and kind of seeing more what it was about. But yeah.
So the thing is, I don't particularly watch that many of it. The one thing I will say, people are going to sit in the chat going, oh, look at him kissing her ass. Every time I see you in a thumbnail, I click it. Yeah. And I said before I come on, when we were talking backstage, the last time you did a player ratings, the comments are hilarious. Yeah. Because obviously, like I said, you get the perverts to, oh, look, there's a woman on here. We don't see women.
But that's why I'm skeptical, because I don't want to be seen as the woman,
But it's funny because
attention.
No, but it's funny because when you do player ratings, your player ratings are pretty spot on, to be fair. Yeah, and that's why no, they are. And we said this before you come on. If a player plays well, you say they play well. If they've played bad, you say they play bad. If they play bad consistently, eventually you go, yo, he needs to bounce. He needs to sit down.
And we did get to that point with a few players last season. I remember when we went away, in the Champions League, we kind of were we're hitting rock bottom at some points. It was just what's going on? We're not playing.
We're not in Champions League.
Oh, sorry, God.
We're in the elite competition in Europe.
I used to go to Champions League games. The Europa.
Yeah, we're not in that. We're not in that tin pot tournament. We're in the proper tournament in Europe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's mad. But let's talk before we go on to Leicester and that. We're going to speak about Arteta in a bit as well, right? What do you think to obviously there's a big thing going around the hoo-ha about Leno, and obviously we sold Martinez to Aston Villa, and I know last night people are saying he made a cock up for the first goal, blah blah blah. Out of the two, who did you prefer? Which one would have been your one to pick?
Emmy.
Yeah, I agree.
Go on.
No, go on.
No.
I was going to say, because I agree. I think Martinez is the better goalkeeper. For me, I look at Leno sometimes and I just think you unduly put pressure on that defence and you make camera saves. But then at the same time, he does make some good saves and he does play well at times, of course, right? But I just wanted to get your opinion on that, because there's a lot of people at the moment that he cocked up the other night 2 or 3 times and nearly cost us the game the other night. Yeah. with all this like popping it around the back. It drives me mad. I remember watching us against Liverpool the other week, and I said I was doing a watch along.
Confident with his feet, yeah.
Exactly. It's like he doesn't do it when you watch Liverpool do it or Man City do it, or even Leeds United do it. They do it quick. The goalkeeper puts the ball down, bang, it's gone. Before you've even turned to face up, the ball's out, and you're like, oh, okay. When we do it, it's all slow, boring, and then
I
and when
agree.
you're doing
That's
that against
why we were
Liverpool,
more successful in that run. I know a lot of people will be like, well, you can't judge Emmy on 10 games and all that, blah, blah, blah. You know, all right, Leno was our number one keeper. He was good. He saved us in lots of games, pre-COVID, whatever. Yeah. But COVID happened. He got injured, unfortunately, because I was stressed when he got injured. Let me tell you that day. Because he saved us so much. And we were reliant upon those saves because we would have been way down the other end of the table had he not have saved us on countless occasions. So
him and Aubameyang were the two. You could throw Maitland-Niles in there as well at right back. Them three were probably the three that were like keeping us above 10th.
100%. But it happened. And when it did happen, Emmy stepped in, took control of the situation, delivered, was big in goal, came out, did like he commands his box. He's catching the ball, not just punching it out into a dangerous area that puts the defence again more under pressure, which a lot of the times them goals were coming from them situations. His distribution out, unfortunately, I think he's going to improve, but has it improved enough? He looked nervous the other night.
See, this is the thing, like against Liverpool. I said this. I was like, when you're playing this passing it out from the back, like the one thing I liked about Martinez at certain times was that if you're 0-0 in a game, or you've just got back into a game at 1-1, or you're winning 1-0 or 2-1, there was times where he'd get him to suck in to do the pass out, and then he'd go, go
long ball.
And he'd just long ball it and hope we win the second ball. I feel like in Leno's head, regardless of the score, no, I'm passing out from the back, and I think like. I said that when you're doing it with Salah and Mane and players like that, eventually you're going to come unstuck. We didn't in that game, but then since then, it's like so frustrating to watch at times, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's because he hasn't got that pass, that goal kick out where he can find a player or or put it in the right space for Aubameyang to run onto, which often Emmy would pass that ball straight to the player.
And Aubameyang would be clean through.
You're cutting out your whole defence. You're not putting them under pressure, and you're counter-attacking, or you're trying to attack straight away. And you've got to have a bit of varied game. You can't play one way only. Very easy to read. Very easy to play against that way. Unless
you're Liverpool.
All right, but
they're just relentless, aren't they?
They're just brilliant in every position. We're not brilliant in every position. We've got great players in some of those positions, but we're still trying to find who our best 11 is.
Do you know what? I'm glad you've said that, because for everybody watching, there's nearly 350 people watching this, right? I never told her to say that. Because I've been saying he's had 10 months, he still don't know.
About that.
Yeah, he still doesn't know his best 11, and it's like
he doesn't.
And that's why
it's down to injuries. Listen, he's inherited a team that was pretty basic, apart from the obvious Aubameyangs and whatever. Tierney's brilliant. I love Tierney.
Tierney's quality.
Yeah, he's brilliant. We wanted him, and I'm happy we got him, because I did get scared we might miss out on Tierney. But I'm really happy that deal was done. We're improving. Listen, we've got to be positive. Everything right now is positive. The only negative for me right now is the Ozil situation. I don't like it. I don't think it's healthy for him. I don't think it's healthy for the club. I don't think it's healthy for the fans. It's really a really unfortunate situation. And they just need to, I don't know, they need to sort it out. It's not nice.
Something needs to be done, because Ozil's social media presence is bigger than Arsenal's. Yeah, 100%. He's got more followers. He gets more traction. And this is the thing. By him doing what he was doing the other day, listen, when we played the FA Cup final, he went to Turkey. He never went to Wembley to support the boys. He buggered off to Turkey. Then the other day, he's now been ditched out of the squads, and he's sitting online tweeting. It's like, you're so obvious with this, yeah? Obviously, he's hurting. Yeah, I get that.
It's her.
But it's like, come on, mate. Like, seriously, the thing, the way I look at it, right? He's under contract, yeah, and his agent came out and said, no, he said in his statement, Ozil, I've now found out. What was it? I've now found out that it's hard to get loyalty these days.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I was like, boy, you are still getting paid, you know. Arsenal are sticking loyal to that contract, regardless of you playing. Yeah, you're still getting paid. So for me, I can't stand him. Real talk, yeah.
No, I know you don't like him.
I've genuinely, the date, 249 days I've been counting left, and he's gone. I upset so many people doing that. Yeah, 249 days, and he's gone. And I can't wait, because every match day is about him. And even more so now, because when we play Leicester tomorrow, he'll be doing the same again. And it's like the club needs to sit him down and say to him, listen.
He'll get bored.
He won't. 100% he won't.
Is he like you then? Because you don't
He's stubborn.
Put it up every day.
Yeah, come on, that's every day. Bang, it's going up every day. He will not get bored.
Right, just do it, just to annoy everyone.
The thing is, the money that we're going to pay him for that last year, Arsenal will get that money back and more at some point when he's gone. Will he get? He won't get that year back that he's missed of football, right? By the time his contract ends. Yeah, but this is the thing. For me, when he comes out and says, "I love the club and this," they don't love it how we love it. Yeah, some of them might do. Yeah, he loves London. He's comfortable. He's married. He's got a kid now. He's getting a big wage. He's got other businesses that he's doing. Yeah, he does a lot of charity work, etc.
Beginning of his next chapter.
Yeah, but this is where I get the ump with it. It's like, if you know that you're not going to play, and he would have been told well in advance. Yeah, it's not like they've just sprung that on him the night before. Like, he would have been told that when the Europa League squad got announced a couple of weeks back, he would have probably been told then, him and Socrates. And the thing that winds me up, just because we were talking about Martinez a minute ago, Martinez had been here 10 years, barely had a chance, went out on loan everywhere, gets in, gets a chance, and then gets told Leno's my number one. Yeah. He went to Villa, signed paperwork with Villa, comes back and says, I actually want to address the fans and thank them and say, like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's how you leave our club. You sit there and say, teary-eyed, thanks for the last 10 years. It's been a mad journey, but a new chapter. This guy's sitting there. Look at Marcus Rashford, for example. Marcus Rashford's out here saving kids and making kids eat food. Yeah. This guy, look at their Twitters for the last 48 hours. It's embarrassing. Yeah, it really winds me up.
Yeah,
anyway,
but I just think Rashford's at a different place in his mind right now. So I hear you. I completely understand the comparison, but it's not the same purely because Ozil's feeling hurt and rejected by his employers right now. So it's a different psyche behind it. No.
Listen, I do get it. I mean? I do get it. He must be way peed off.
Like, you've got to think, where's his state of mind right now? He's in a bad place. Like, that's not going to be easy. The guy's been the golden boy of Germany, Real Madrid, Arsenal when he came to us. You know, he's a big signing. He's your big player. And to be treated like this by Arsenal... Do you think imagine a spoilt brat, a little kid who's so spoiled. That's Ozil.
He's the only child.
Everything.
He's the only child that can have anything he wants, and then when they say no, he cries.
He's not, like he's hurting.
Do you know what? That's a good comparison. I'd compare him to the jilted bride. Yeah, it's like everything's been great for a decade or 6, 7 years.
It's not quite that bad. He's getting paid. The jilted bride don't get married, but he's still getting paid.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. Before we move on to having a little look forward to this Leicester game, I know your thoughts, but obviously the people watching don't, about Mikel Arteta. Because
I like Mikel Arteta. I know you don't like him.
Be nice to her in the chat, people, by the way. She's really nice. Helen, we love you.
All your fans anti-Arteta.
No, do you know what? A lot of the people that watch this show don't comment.
Oh, okay.
But the ones that do comment, a lot of them...
Yeah.
A lot of them are starting to see what I've been seeing. But a lot of them will still back it. But this is why I like the chat room that I've got, because 99.9% of people, like me and you, like me and my missus, we can sit here and disagree on something, but we ain't idiots about it. Yeah. It's like you loved Wenger, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to sit there and call each other names.
That's how it is. We're not all all little clones. Like, we're not all going to be the same. We've all got different opinions.
Yep.
And that's what makes the world beautiful.
Where do you think Arteta can get us to? Like, obviously, there's a process. Where do you
I really
think
want
we're
to say
finished?
top 4, but I know that's been really like coming from a really kind of fan wishing kind of dreamland. I probably the same as last year, maybe 6th, ideally 4th. We can't get higher than 4th. If we get really lucky with injuries, depending on who comes back from injuries and if Arteta plays them, like Martinelli, I feel like he needs to be a part of our team to really, really, really contend.
Yeah, Martinelli's class, isn't he? He's quality.
I love him. I really rate him highly.
And it's a shame because he got injured in training.
Yeah.
And obviously it was a big injury as well. He ain't out. He's back in what, January, I think, in December, January, something like that. So he's out for quite a while.
Yeah.
But
so it just depends on if he comes back. Then he might not come back even then. So if in an ideal scenario he's back in December or early January, and we've got him, you know, like fit and able to get into the team, because you don't know where we're going to be, who's playing. If we get a really good run together, maybe he can't get into the team.
Well, the thing is, obviously coming off the back of a massive injury as well, it's going to take him a while to get back up to the pace of Premier League football again. Yeah. And the sad thing about it is he was on it as well, wasn't he? He was smashing goals in. Like, I think he scored on his League Cup debut, his Europa League debut, and I think maybe his Premier League debut. I might be wrong. It might not have been Premier League, but he scored pretty much every debut. Yeah, and it was all different types of goals with him. I remember he scored a screamer against Nottingham Forest where he curled it in.
Yeah.
But in the same game, I think it was, he scored a little flick header from a tee, and it was like, blimey, this kid's quality, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got everything in his game. Yeah, he's got everything.
He's like a mini Luis Suarez, like a younger Suarez.
He's real. I'm really looking forward to seeing his development. Like as I am Tierney, I think we've got a lot more to come from him. Saka as well.
He's class,
I think Willock is quality. Like, Willock is really, really good. I feel sorry for him because I feel like he's not used maybe in the right games, in the right positions sometimes when he is.
Yeah, right back, right wing.
You know?
See, I don't particularly rate Willock that highly.
No,
but I think that if you're going to play him in midfield. Don't put him on the wing.
No, he's got to play in midfield. I think that's his strength. I really rate Ainsley as well. Like, I'm a bit confused why Arteta's not using him, if I'm honest.
His son's back at right back. Arteta's son. That's what I call him. It's his son. Do you know what? When he moved here, Bellerin, Arteta and his missus put him up. Yeah.
Oh,
so basically adopted him.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did. Somebody told me this the other day, and I checked it, and it's true. They actually put him up and helped him out. So that's his son. So his dad's the manager, so he gets applied, doesn't he?
Contradict that, because also Arteta's wife and Emi Martinez's wife are best friends, and he sold him. So there you go.
Well, that's put me in my place. That's the end of the show. Thanks for coming on.
That's just another little fact if you want to know it.
Do you know what I mean?
Common knowledge, but yeah, so because I didn't think I was so sure that Arteta wouldn't sell Emi because of that, and I was like, do you know what? I think we well undersold him as well for like value, because when you look at Rion Brewster, I think it's his age that probably they couldn't get a lot more for him.
Yeah, but that's still young for a keeper. 28. It's the same age as Leno. I think and I was shocked.
Are they both the same age?
Yeah, I think they're about a month apart.
No.
Yeah, I think Leno's a month younger.
Leno
or a month
like
older.
about 5 years younger? No.
They're both the same age. Do you know what's mad as well, right?
Younger.
When you see him in goal, Martinez looks massive. Yeah. And Leno looks smaller. I think they're only about 1.5 inches height difference. Yeah. Yeah, it's mad.
You know what? Emi's quite
wide, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, because I've met him. He's massive. He's big. He's tall and big. I mean, I'm tiny, but he's big. Yeah.
let's a lot of people in the chat earlier on were asking about Saliba. What do you? Let's ask you about that before we go
right,
to.
see, I really want to see him play. I don't know. I haven't seen him play yet. I don't know. I feel like I can comment on Gabriel. I don't feel I can comment on Saliba. I don't, as an Arsenal player, anyway.
No,
yeah.
see, a lot of people were saying, because I think his mum passed away in May.
Yeah, I heard that. That's true.
So a lot of people are saying like, oh, he's not playing because his mum's passed away, etc., etc. He wants to go back to France.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, he done an interview. He done an interview with Righty that got dropped yesterday or today, I think. 'Cause you know that new T-shirt.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Have you seen the new T-shirt? Have you seen that shirt?
Yeah, the human.
What do you think? Yeah, what do you think to it?
It's very Pharrell. Pharrell designed it.
Yeah, see.
It's very Pharrell. If you
I'm
know
not having
Pharrell,
it.
you know his style.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very Pharrell. And tie-dye is really big, so it's very on point with fashion.
Do you know what? I think he's done. I think he done Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and United as well. I think it was. I think there was like four.
Okay, yeah, because they're all Adidas. Yeah.
Yeah, the Real Madrid one's nice. Our one, I ain't having that. That's disgusting.
No, I think our one's quite nice. I quite like it. I think it's quite cool.
Not for me. It's a no from me.
Yeah, but it's very inclusive. It's representing the diversity of the human race. I think it's.
No, I get the bigger picture of it. I think fair play, but
it's got a story behind it.
Yeah, well, it's funny because you know that that away kit we've got, and they said they've taken inspiration from the marble halls.
Oh yeah.
What a load of bollocks! Right, that was just all marketing. You've been to the marble halls, yeah? You see where it's got red on. You see where it's got red on the shirt.
They did have red and white through them.
Yeah, it's got but it's got red on the creamy coloured shirt that we've got, and they said that was marble halls. If you actually go to the marble halls and look properly at it, it's actually green. Yeah, it's not red. It's like a green tint to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you've made a shirt and then sold a dream to us and marketed it as we've took it from the marble halls. What a load of crap.
No, but see, again, it depends if you're from a creative background. If you're from a creative background, that's their terminology. And you're going to have an inspiration to draw the design from. So that was it. So I get your marketing pitch, but it's also from a design point of view. Like any designer that does a collection, like, I don't know, their next collection is inspired and have a theme. So that's where they're going with that. That's,
just design. Marketing bollocks.
Maybe
they've got Ozil's agent as the PR merchant for it.
No, I think they've probably got Bellerin's, if I'm honest.
Do you rate
fashion? Yeah.
Do you rate Bellerin?
In what sense? As a player?
Yeah, not in dress sense. Because come on, man gets dressed in the dark.
Sure. I like his dress sense.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think he's cool.
Oh my God.
I love it when he wears the earrings and the big belts and the big jeans.
Yeah, me and you can't be friends anymore. You like Bellerin's
dress. No, we can be friends. You can beg to differ on everything.
no, honestly,
I've got some friends that are Spurs fans. Come on.
No, that's true. Actually, one of my best pals is Spurs. Actually,
one of my best friends is Spurs.
Do you know what? I don't like Bellerin. Yeah, I've got him and Ozil for me are the two players that I look at in this squad. That if somebody said, name two players from Arsenal squad right now that epitomise the last 10 years, it's them two. Yeah.
But they're the only two that have been there for the last 10 years.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, now Martinez is gone. There's no one else, is there? Let's go on.
I understand why. I do know.
Yeah,
why.
I just can't.
Bellerin hasn't reached his full potential. That was that you felt.
He's gone way backwards.
Yeah.
Way backwards.
Yeah.
And let's go on to obviously we've got a game tomorrow against Leicester, and they're a weird team, Leicester.
Yeah.
They get hammered by West Ham, but then go and spank Man City.
Yeah.
Yeah. They won on Thursday in their Europa League game comfortably. We obviously struggled in ours. We got the win in the end.
I think the league's different ball game.
But the last two times we've played them, I think. No, we drew with them last season, didn't we? 1-1. Eddie and Katie.
We beat them the last game we played them.
Yeah, League Cup. Yeah, we beat League Cup.
Yeah, we should have beat them. That was just stupid.
The game in the league, I think it was Nketiah got red carded and they equalised at the end, didn't they?
Yeah.
Obviously under Emery, we had that nice little bit of passing, Ozil chipping it into Aubameyang, 3-0. That was when Ozil was half sensible that game.
Yeah.
And it's weird because we've been away to Leicester and been hammered. Yeah, this is under Emery as well. When we lost to, I think it was Wolves, the away game before that, wasn't it? I think it was 3-1 to Wolves. Then the next away game was 3-0 to Leicester. And it was just like, oh my God, what is going on here? But what do you think for tomorrow? I mean, obviously it's at the Emirates. They've not got Vardy, I don't think. I don't think he's playing.
Well, if they haven't got Vardy, that's good because he loves to score a goal against us. So if he's not playing, that for me makes me feel a lot more positive. Because with him in the team, like, you know, they're always going to just give you problems. We should win tomorrow. I'm confident we're going to win.
Yeah, I think, I don't think, well, obviously Wilfred and Didi's out. That's a massive miss for them as well. He's a quality player. He's their Thomas Partey, basically. And I think...
They've still got a lot of good players, though.
Who else was there? Pereira.
Listen, we need to be winning every game we play. Yes. So right now, I feel that he's got everyone available to pick the right team that can go out there and take 3 points tomorrow.
What do you reckon the score will be?
Probably 3-1.
Ooh, confident.
Yeah.
Not confident on a clean sheet, though.
No, you know what? No, I don't know who.
We always concede, don't we?
Yeah. I want to say a clean sheet. I thought we would have kept a clean sheet the other night, and we didn't.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to say.
If he was going to put a bet on Arsenal, like my friend done this, right? He's a Tottenham fan, yeah. When Gareth Bale was first at Tottenham, I think it was Bale's last season. I think they beat Man City 4-1 in that game. I think it was that. I think it was the last season Bale was there before he went to Madrid. My mate said to me, he goes, all season I'm going to do Tottenham to win 2-1, Tottenham to win 3-1, Tottenham to win 4-1. I'm doing 15 quid on each. When Bale, right, because he's got a season ticket as well, yeah, so he was going all the home games, right? When Bale scored the hat-trick against Man City and they won 4-1, so he went straight to Ladbrokes afterward and collected 785 quid. But that's the same with Arsenal. Like, you actually did a 15 quid bet on 2-1, same on 3-1, 4-1 over the course of a season. You'll be quids in. Yeah, quids in. I should do it really. I'm not really a gambler or anything like that.
I don't gamble. I don't like
but
it.
I should do it because I think we always concede and we always look like we're going to concede as well. Yeah. And we always have the ability to score goals. We don't have the ability to go and pummel 4s and 5s like we used to. But
I feel a lot more positive now with Gabriel in the team. I really feel like I don't feel as vulnerable, you know. I hope not anyway. Like he's given me a bit more confidence. Like I feel he's given us a lot more skill. David Luiz is a better defender next to him. I don't know. I really like Gabriel. I really like.
He's quality, isn't he? He's been class.
Yeah, he's class. Like I don't want to be like too overexcited and like jinx it, but I really like him. Like
we did this with Mustafi when he first came.
Fine, we've missed. Yeah, but even when Mustafi came, he weren't that good. Come on, even from the beginning, he weren't that good.
Do you remember when our fans went down that cringe route of saying Kostafi? Do you remember that? Because Mustafi and Cristiano, they've gone 20 unbeaten. And we were thinking, we've got a World Cup winner here. This is class. Yeah. So I've kind of held back a little bit on Gabriel. But when you look at Gabriel, he's a bit of a throwback to an old school centre-back, isn't he?
I was going to say, reminds me a bit of Sol Campbell. He's got something like a presence, a bit like Sol Campbell. Like that solid, I don't know.
He just looks calm. Every time,
he's calm,
you don't...
composed.
When you see a free kick being given away by us on the edge of our box, it's Luiz. It's never him. Yeah. He never gives free kicks away, really. He got lucky the other day when we played. What game was it he played? And he went bang and went to, I can't remember what game it was. I think it was Man City. Yeah, it was. It was Man City. And he went bang and elbowed the gate or shouldered him in the face. Yeah. But he weren't looking at, he deliberately done it.
It wasn't intentional because he weren't looking at the player anyway.
No, he had a look at him. Yeah, but then when he did it, he turned his face away and done it. But he knew the player was there and he'd done it deliberate. And VAR didn't even look at it, so we got kind of lucky with that.
Was that the Man City game? I thought that was on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it was the City. Yeah, it was the City game because it was the same game that everyone said we should have had a penalty because Kyle Walker put the foot up high as Gabriel put his head. It was the same game, I think.
Well, that was a penalty. Come on, like
you reckon that's a pen?
Well, you're kicking someone in the head. Would that not
No, but
be
he
a
won the
foul
ball.
anywhere else?
He won the
On
ball
the
though.
pitch? That's a foul, high leg. No, I've
He
seen
won
it
the
given all
ball.
the time. You don't think that was a penalty?
Nah.
No.
No chance. See, the thing is, like Gabriel stooped down and put his head down, and Kyle Walker, it weren't like his.
Yeah, but
foot.
his foot was up there. His foot wasn't like on the floor.
Do you know what? Real talk though, I have seen them given in other games.
I've seen them given.
But
I've seen
for
them
me,
everywhere.
that ain't
I think
ever a
if
million.
it was
Never
anywhere
in a
else
million years.
but a penalty, he would have blown that for high foot.
Do you know what?
He would have been able to give him a penalty.
No, I'm not having that as a pen. No chance. No chance.
That's what I think, anyway.
Do you know what's funny? You know, I just said to you about the Tottenham fan, one of my best mates. Here he is. He's just popped up. His ears must
come
be
on.
burnt.
Hello, Tottenham fan.
Leo, I was just telling everyone about your 2-1, 3-1, 4-1 bets in Bale's season, last season before we went to Madrid. I said maybe we should get on it for Arsenal. But let's do a couple of these comments. Appreciate you coming on as well.
That's all right.
I do appreciate that. You're welcome on anytime. I told you the other day.
Yeah, I know. I'm shy. I'm camera shy. I need to build up my confidence.
That's right. We'll see you in a year's time with your own channel. You would have packed up your job, start doing a channel. Do you know what I'm saying?
I've said to Robbie loads of times, this is the funniest bit. I said to him, Robbie, like, I'll happily interview people if you want. You don't take me up on it.
No, but your sound though, like, listen, I said this earlier, right? People in my chat, a lot of people don't agree. Most of them do, but loads don't. Yeah, you can agree. I had Turkish on the other week, yeah?
I love Turkish. He's brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, but me and him don't agree on everything, but we don't sit there cussing each other non-stop. No. It's like, if you don't agree with someone, have a debate over it. If you don't want to debate, just ignore them. Right? I don't get it. Me and you don't agree on penalty. We don't agree on Bellerin. We don't agree on quite a lot, to be fair. How do we actually get on?
But we understand each other.
I mean, it's mad. Yeah, look, Sergio, my friend Sergio in America. Come on more often. Too many guys on this channel. You're a pervert. Sergio. Leave Helen alone.
Where is he in America? Can we ask him? Where is he in America?
He's normally circling car parking lots at 3 a.m. and that is no joke either. He's not. No.
Do what?
He lives in Texas.
Car park at 3 a.m.
No, he's normally going to get food, but it's funny because every time I see his Instagram, it's about 2 a.m. I'm like, what are you doing in a car park at 2 a.m., mate? Like every day.
Yeah. I forget. Where is he? What part of America?
Texas, I think. Is it Texas? Houston, isn't it? Yes, Houston. It's always in Houston, Texas. I think it's Houston. I might be wrong. He'll tell me anyway. But no, I am looking to get more women on this channel, to be fair. Look at him, like, he's hating on me now. She's happily married, people, so leave her alone, right? You wrong-uns. But no, I am looking to get more women on. Listen, you're welcome on here anytime you want. Yeah? Cool. Anytime you want. Your sound. You always have.
Are there any women watching, I wonder?
Yeah, I get loads of women in the chat. My missus is watching all the time. I have loads.
Can we get your missus on with us next time as well?
I ain't putting her on camera. No chance. No chance. I get enough abuse as it is. Can you imagine if they found out, like, oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You not get
same with my daughter. I said this the other day. Like, my daughter keeps asking me for an iPhone because it's her birthday next month, right? Dad, can I have an iPhone? Can I have an iPhone? Nah. She's like, Dad, can I have TikTok? Can I have this? I'm like, you are not having social media. Yeah, the amount of abuse I get. If anyone found out her ads, and she's only going to be 11 next month, I am not doing that to her. No chance.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't do that with my missus either. I don't tag her on anything. Like,
no, you don't need to. Yeah.
No, as long as I know and people know I've got a girlfriend.
Well, I'm a little bit like, I want to say what I want to say, but I'm a little bit, I don't really want to.
Just say it.
No, I'll say what I'll say, but I don't want to do too much of it, because I don't want to be getting harassed by every silly person that's bored and got nothing else to do, sitting there sending you messages.
There you go. There's a nice comment. Helen's knowledge of football is spot on, and she's done some good fan cams. There you go. You got fans.
Do you know what? It's funny. I haven't even done that many, and I've got so many people messaging me saying, "Please go on AFTV more." And I'm like, wow, I don't even realise people watch it because I don't look at none of the comments. I don't watch it back.
No, it's probably the best thing to do is not look at the comments.
I'm not doing it for that. I do it because I love Arsenal. Like, for me, it's about Arsenal. And I'm doing it because it's me. I talk to everyone about football like I do to you. So I want to keep it like that. obviously, if you do more of it, that's great. If I want to, but I'm not doing it because I want to be like this Insta famous person and whatever.
No, exactly. See, that's the thing.
Like many of them, which is what I don't like, and that's why I keep saying to Robbie. But obviously, you can't say to Robbie that because we can't go to football matches. But yeah, like you get pushed about. I hate the whole thing of like I don't go see my friends yet. Literally, the only time I could see anyone is when we're on away matches.
Yeah.
When you're at the Emirates, if I want to quickly go and see your mates, because we ain't got time in London. Everyone's busy. We don't see each other. So you can't even do that because they've got all these people pushing in around them, and I'll be like,
"It's mad." And it's worse when it's a League Cup game.
Work, so I respect it and I completely get it, but they get mobbed. It's
it's mad. When it was, I remember Doncaster and Norwich League Cup games. Yeah, literally, you're standing there, right, and there's maybe 900 people. And you're just being swept along. There's nothing you can do. You just got it's mental. It's mad.
And
it's
even
mad.
To be honest, when we were in America, I didn't realize how big like they are even in America.
When we went to, I don't think
stopped on the streets.
You wasn't.
Knew them.
Was you in Barte in Minsk? Do you remember the Wenger? I think it was Wenger's last season. You know when we played Atletico Madrid in the semi?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played Barte before that in Borisov in Minsk.
I went to that one.
It was the same there. It was mad. Yeah. We're standing there and they had the plexiglass type thing up for the home fans, but it was just mad. And it was like, wow, we're in Belarus, mate. Like, and there was literally hundreds of people standing there, like, desperate, like to get pictures. It was mad. Mad. I always rate them for that. They've brought
that's why I rate them, because it's like
mental.
People are like, you don't understand what they do. Like, you know, it's mad. Like they give people time as well. It's not like it's draining. You know, like every minute can I have a picture, can I have a picture, can I have a picture? Like, and they do it, and they're happy to do it, and it's lovely, but it's quite draining. It's hard work.
Yeah, let me just read this comment real quick. It's easy for big YouTubers and stuff to say hate comments don't affect them, but once in a while you may see certain comments that hurt. Bruv, I get people DM me every now and again. I rarely open my DMs. Yeah, and I normally just speak to and open and talk to people that I know or that I've got on with.
Of course.
Every now and again I'll open one and it'll be, what's your daughter's body count? It's like, you little, like, if you, that is when I'm like, right, screenshot on the story, tag him. Now you can get fucking mobbed, mate. But that, for me, that doesn't hurt me, but it's just like, you wouldn't say that to my face. And it's like, half of these people don't have profile pictures of themselves anyway. It's just like, and you know me, I've sold door-to-door sales for 20 fucking years. Nobody can tell me shit. That I haven't had on a doorstep when I'm asking, do you want windows? You know, for me, social media is a lot easier than doing that job every day for 20 odd years, because you're walking around in the pissing rain, you're on commission only job, and then you knock on the door and the geezer goes, you've just woke my bloody baby up, you prick. And it's like, and you say something sarky back and now it's a row and you're in front of the guy. Social media, it's all behind the keyboard. So for me, it's,
I see that.
It does. Like comments about my daughter and stuff like that. I just
think there's no need for the kind of malicious nastiness, but I know we can't.
But they do it to get a response. That's why they do it, which is why I ignore them most of the time. But every now and again, I see where I'm just like, you little twat. Stick you on the story.
But some people, the thing is it's hard, because where do you draw the line? If someone's bored and they're getting bombarded constantly with all this like horrible messages, they're going to sit there and retaliate one day, and where does it end?
This is the thing. I have people on my Twitter, especially. Twitter's the worst, right? I have people on there that I've muted them. They don't know that I've muted them, but they literally tweet me 20 times a day, every single day. And it's like, mate, I have not replied to you for about a year, and you're still doing this. It's like, oh my God, you're mad. It's like, are you actually got a life? It's crazy.
Sit there complaining about their neighbours to the council, innit, for a high fence, or for like, you know, like, I don't know.
And big up Sergio as well for your donation. Appreciate that, Sergio. Thank you to everyone who's in the comments. Listen, we're going to wrap this up. Big up to Helen as well. Thank you for coming on. And Chelsea have just scored apparently against Man United.
Nah, they haven't. It's 0-0 on my TV. I must
You
have
must
the
have
delay.
that. You
I
must
can't
have that
check.
dodgy IPTV box. You're a minute behind.
No, I've got Sky. I've got Sky. They're even worse.
No, everyone's saying in the chat they've scored 1-0. I don't know. Maybe they're on a wind up.
I don't know. It's still 0-0 from my. I must be really delayed. I'm sure they're right because they're. Why would it?
No, I think they're just on a wind up. They might just be winding me up.
No, they might not be because Chelsea.
No, they're on a wind up. The fuckers.
Are they?
Right, you're all getting banned for fake scores in my chat.
But I think Chelsea might have a corner. Or is it Man United have got a corner?
Yeah, no, they ain't scored. It's 0-0.
Yeah, no, Chelsea got a corner. They're probably going to score now. No, they never.
No, they're chatting shit. Listen,
yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
As long as we win, I don't really care what Chelsea and United do. We just got to win.
Exactly, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we do. And have a wonderful weekend. Say hello to hubby for me. And thanks for coming on. Thank you to everyone who's watched live. Appreciate that. Smash a like on the video. I will be back again later. I'm going to switch Macs as well. I don't know how long it takes to switch from one to the other with all my stuff. So I might not be back until gone 11 o'clock if it takes 4 hours. I will be back at some point with a preview for the game. So until then, we're out.